Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As expected, the Russians are going to use this attempt to assassinate their president to its fullest. And I think they will learn that from how the Americans reacted after the September 11th attacks. That is, we're going to hit anybody, anywhere, with whatever we have. Whenever we feel like. They already stated it, the Kremlin in their communique. I made a video on that. Now, what's their next move? Their next move is saying, you know what? This sets a precedent. And the precedent will be that maybe, I don't know, there will be some drones over the White House. Well, that's something like I've been telling you for some time. Pumping a lot of weapons in Ukraine, they will eventually end up in some hands that were not supposed to. And those hands will try to settle scores, and they will create problems for the big players. These two drones that flew into the Kremlin could have been Russian drones, could have been, I'm talking Russian military, could have been sabotage groups that are pro-Ukraine, outside of Ukraine's, the Kiev's control. Could have been Kiev's drones, could have been American drones, could have been British drones, could have been American NATO and Ukrainian drones. Now, the problem is the Russians do not give up whose the drones were those, including if they were their own as a false flag operation. They will take this as the Reichstag fire. Remember that one? Okay, if you don't, 2 clicks, you're close. All right, when Hitler got the power, Reichstag was burned. He said, you know what? I will defend you guys. We are under attack. Okay? No more political parties. It's going to be only me. I'm going to take your weapons away a little bit here and there. Okay? So I'm going to be the boss, the leader. And he was. All right? So that was a moment, an opportunity. Now, I don't know who created this opportunity, but nevertheless, the Russians are saying, you know what? Who did that will do or could do on Washington, D.C., on the White House. That's exactly what they say. With these words, I'm not making up, I'm not paraphrasing. I have an article here from Sputnik, the liars, and some of them, the other ones are Russia Today and so on. You know how it goes, right? So let's read this little article here. So this is what they say. They say in Sputnik that this is 2 hours ago, from 2 hours ago. Kiev's terrorist attack on Kremlin sets dangerous global precedent. So attacking like that how should I put it, the palace, well, not really, because if you remember, they attacked Milosevic's, I think in 1999, his presidency and all that. I don't know if they attacked his house or something like that. So I don't know, but that's, not a big one like these guys. They can punch you in the face. Unfortunately, Yugoslavia was not able to do anything, but these guys are able to do a lot of things. 2 Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, approached Moscow's Kremlin, the official residence of the Russian president, and were downed through the use of electronic warfare equipment on May 3rd. The Russian leadership denounced the incident as and I'm quoting, terrorist act, end quote, and an attempt on the life of Vladimir Putin. They said this is an attack on Russia, this is an attack on our institution, we can use whatever weapon we want. And they were hinting at nuclear weapons, obviously. And I'm quoting, this story is related to international terrorism, end quote. Alexander Mikhailov, head of the Bureau of Military Political Analysis, told Sputnik. Sputnik. You can also remember that however you want it, or you want to say, Putin was elected by his people. So, I don't know, you can say, well, that was rigged. Well, I heard that word before and it didn't have any sense, so why should I have here? Just because the Russians are somehow assigned as being the bad dudes because they unprovoked attack on Ukraine. Okay, keep that going. I'm quoting now. The fact is that Ukraine is already openly positioning itself as a terrorist state, which is covered up by the collective West, primarily by Washington and Brussels. And with such support, the Kiev regime calmly arranges such terrorist acts of sabotage, using the simplest and most modern method for this, that is, buying these products in the West and equipping them with the necessary amount of explosive and then sending them on a particular course. End quote. According to Mikhailov, the incident appears to be a Kiev PR stunt aimed at galvanizing the domestic audience in the absence of any achievements at the front line. Ukrainian authorities need a, and I'm quoting, nice picture, end quote, to generate some hype on social media. And I'm quoting, most importantly, they are trying to show the collective West that this counteroffensive funded by the West is underway. It's just a multi-layered one. One of its stages is an attack on the Kremlin, but we are all well aware that from a military point of view, everyone is safe and sound and no damage has been inflicted. And all this fuss is just a propaganda stunt. End quote, he said. The Kiev regime has failed to produce any meaningful effects. Tra-la-la, blue, blue, blue. Okay, so let's go here, down here, where we're going to find out what this guy is going to talk about the international situation. He said, Mikhailov does not rule out that the collective West will try to play down the incident or turn a blind eye to the terrorist attack altogether. They already did. Blinken said, no, that's not true. We weren't informed, therefore it didn't happen, and the Russians are lying. That's it. Very, very easy, but that can, turn on to them. That's why Russia needs to discuss the matter with its numerous partners and key powers, as well as with BRICS, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and other international entities, according to the expert. Now, this is important right here, and not only. Right? We should explain, and I'm quoting, tomorrow they will arrange sabotages in Beijing, in Delhi, in other states, in other developed economies of the world, because those who want to maintain their dominance feel that they are falling down. So they are clinging to power. They have already resorted to the meanest methods, pulling the strings of these satellites and their other subordinate states, end quote. And where's the White House thing? Somewhere down at the bottom. I already said it, I already saw it. And here is where he says that it's very important right here, this quote. I'm quoting, it is necessary to inform the other side and above all Washington that drones may soon fly to the White House too, said Mikhailov. And I'm quoting, this is very serious matter. It is related to international terrorism and those who are covering it up. So Mikhailov does not rule out that the collective West will try to play down the incident and turn a blind eye. But that's, he says, well, could be White House next, maybe Beijing, maybe Delhi. What's going on here? You gotta keep everything under a lead, or at least hold your horses. Now, they list here sabotage ops records. So they talk about, obviously, about Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2 pipelines. They talk about the Crimean Bridge. They talk about the air base that was blown up, the Crimean Bridge, as I said, the Daria Dugina that was assassinated in Moscow, the Crimean Bridge, the Engels, Ryazan and Engels air bases over there. And it was the other guy, how do you call it, that blogger that was blown up in St. Petersburg as well. I mean, all these things were really assassinations like a mafia. And if you don't stop it, first, if all these things, which is what Russians say, are the product of Ukraine, Ukrainians say, no, it was not us, we just celebrate, it was not us. Yeah, it was regular people just decided to do that. Yeah, where else have you seen this in the world? Anywhere else? How come only here? Not that people would not have reasons to do stupid stuff, it's just that only here, and the government, no. Anyway, so all this Kerch Bridge, which was a terrorist attack, however you want to call it, the assassination of Dugina, the guy, I can't remember, Turchansky, whatever, in St. Petersburg, the one with Zhukov, Marshal Zhukov's bust, whatever little head over there. There was another one. And then, other attacks that the Ukrainians allegedly conducted. Now you can say, well, it's war. Well, it's war, but if it's war, then it's going to be both ways. This guy never killed civilians, this guy killed civilians. Really? Yeah, okay. These guys attack these guys unprovoked. Really? Okay. These guys are hitting only targets that are military, nothing. Okay, but we don't do it. Really? But can we do the same thing? No, you can't. Only we can do. Oh, by the way, the Ukrainians were not allowed to destroy military targets in Russia. All of a sudden, they are allowed. Who didn't allow you? Your sponsors? What's changed? This, if it was not the Russians, I'm taking that into consideration as well. Let's say it was not the Russians. And indeed sets a very, very, very dangerous precedent. And he's right, this guy. You might like him or not, you wouldn't give a damn about him, but he's right. And I said this, and he said that, I like it because I said it before. It's only normal, the normal course. You armed idiots that could not control where the weapons go, they're gonna be clubs, let's put it this way, that will settle scores. They don't like, remember it was an assassination attempt on the chief prosecutor in Bulgaria. I covered it yesterday. What's up with that? When was the last time Bulgaria had an explosion with a bomb trying to kill a guy? And from there, I predict is going to come towards Lisbon, because it's going to go towards the west. I guarantee you people were going to get crazy, and those people say, oh, did nothing happen here? Oh, nothing. Oh, they celebrated when they did it here. Even if this happened, it was done by a third party. If these guys celebrate or say, well, it was not us, but, then that thing, the guys will be emboldened to do it next time. And next time, and how, it's like when you unleash a criminal and the criminal does a certain guy's bidding, that could turn around towards you. Look at Mujahideens in Afghanistan. Look at Al-Qaeda. Look at ISIS. And so on. Okay? So, this is my friend. This is it. This guy is right. And the threat is White House could be, Beijing, palaces like Delhi and others. Berlin and London and many others. I hope it doesn't happen, but I think the genie is out of the little bottle here. It is. And these idiots, I think, just unleashed it. And they were not able to put it back. And they don't even care because they're going to have everything around their little Capitol and White House. They will be protected. But how about you and I? We will be at the whim of these guys. That's one thing. And the other one, all these things will destabilize societies, economies. People will get at everybody's throat. So we're going to be the ones that are going to be, not the politicians and big billionaires and multimillionaires. No, not them. It's going to affect them a little bit. Some will get bigger, some will get, a little bit smaller. But we definitely are going to go smaller. We'll see. And thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. Big criminals will embolden little criminals. Because, you see, a lot of people look at Bonnie and Clyde. Oh my God, how great. There were some thugs, criminals. You know how many people attended those funerals? About 20,000 viewers were over there, or something like that. For two guys, they were robbing banks. Oh my God, it's like, Bonnie and Clyde. And Jesse James, another American. Ooh, Jesse James, he was a bank robber. What are you talking about? How can you know what I mean? And these are, as they are, oh my God, other people, I want to be like Jesse James. I want to be like Bonnie and Clyde. Oh my God, they're like them. Ooh, are people who are in love with this kind of stupidity. What do you think? People, they attacked Putin. Maybe I can topple that. How about that? Hey, Gigi, huh? Believe me, there are people like that in our society right now, glorifying these idiots. Anyway, we can like and dislike whomever we want. That's the mark of a free person. So yeah, but bad deeds should be punished. Good deeds rewarded. I can think of whatever I want to think. I should also be able to discuss things, whatever I want to discuss, without any fear of being punished. If I am afraid, I'm going to keep my mouth shut, censor myself. I'm not a free person anymore. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.